Hey, welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our couch to yours. This is your host, Jermaine Lockett, your couch writer Raven. This is officially the Couch Writer Report. We're going to have to start going back to that because the same guy that I keep featuring is part of the team, and that is Kam Ru. And I'm excited to have him on the team. He'll be here tonight. We're just going to get him on here in just a few minutes. But, before we get him on, of course, we got to pay the bills. We got to do the collection plates and say, hey, thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you know when it's going down. Hit the like button, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel. I know we got some people here already. I appreciate y'all coming through. We'll say what's up in just a second here. But what I do want to start off with is, look, for those of y'all who didn't know, we finally made it, folks. We are somebody. We are somebody. And shout out to you because you helped make it happen. We're at 1,011 subs. We finally hit the 1,000. So this will open up a couple of doors for you. So, as we get more and more people in the room, of course, people want their comments read and not skipped over. So there will be opportunities for that. You can make sure that your comment gets read as clear as day. And we'll get into that. Of course, if you've seen it on other channels, it'll be an opportunity for monetization. You just drop me a tip, and next thing you know, the comment pops to the top. I read it or whatever. But, I'm going to still show love to everybody in the room, try to make sure these comments get read. Kam Ru and I, we had a discussion today. It was brief, and it required me to do a lot of looking into it. But he wanted to talk about the first 3 rounds of the draft. Kam is probably more of an expert right now. I'm still getting spun up because I'm still looking at pretty much NFL tape, looking at the Ravens and also looking at the coaching decisions across the league. So while we're waiting on him, let's talk to you guys for a bit. So we got Bill Seals. What is going on? He says, let's get it. I am with you. Let's get it. Let's go. Bless Brian, man. Good to see you. He says, the GOAT, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Drop Dead says, what's up? And Bless Brian says, congratulations. I appreciate y'all. There's a lot of love from the Couch Writer Raven Nation. I appreciate y'all just continuing to come through, hang out with me, talk football. It's just what we love to do. Like I said, Kam Ru, he will get the link here. He has it, and we will hook him up on the show in a minute here. But for those of y'all that don't know, or maybe you're just hoping that he still gets fired, is G-Ro, he's still here. He's still here. We got to get over it. I know a lot of y'all frustrated, ready to burn down CVS pharmacies and M&T Bank Stadium along with it because G-Ro's still here. But look, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. He's going into the season with us right now. Unless, now here's a situation I did think about today because I saw a tweet that said Eric Bieniemy's contract is up. It's up in Kansas City. And maybe he wants to blaze his own trail and let everybody recognize that I can do what I did with Pat Mahomes with Lamar Jackson. Eric DeCosta would be very smart to bring this guy in. And then that will be the opportunity to say, okay, G-Ro, we appreciate your services. We'll go ahead and see if we can build with your RPO, but also with a good passing coordinator in Eric Bieniemy. Like I said, it wasn't Andy Reid calling those plays over there. It was Bieniemy. So got to give this guy some props. Let's see here. Bless Brian says, who do you think is winning the Super Bowl this Sunday? I don't know. I'm going to go with Rams. I think it's, you got a bunch of veterans over there some who have actually been to the big game, some who just are experienced and basically Hall of Famers over there. You get legends as far as wide receivers. I mean, it's pretty stacked over there. But I mean, Cincinnati, they got the young squad. They got the Joe Burr and Jamar Chase. You can never count them out. Never count these guys out because they are truly, truly dangerous. Give me just a second here. I'm trying to make sure that Kam Ru got the link. But what are your thoughts? Who do you think wins the Super Bowl? Because I think, like I said, I think the Rams. I want to root for the Rams. I'll be honest with you. I want to root for them because, like I said, I'm torn because I'm an LSU fan and, from Louisiana, from Bossier City, Louisiana, and to see some of our guys go from there to the NFL is pretty awesome. Joey Burr is like, hey, I'm Ohio State for life or something. he's still an LSU dog. And so when it comes to my LSU guys, I'd love to root for him, but at the same time, I'd love to root for Stafford, because Stafford really, if he wins this, it's not just for him. It's for those guys who could not escape Detroit. It's for your Megatrons. It's for your Calvin Johnsons. For those guys who really deserve the ring because of their talents and just were not let out of that place because, honestly, the organization just didn't want to see them. They didn't want to see them shine. They want to let them live their best life, and that's okay. All right, so my guy says he's got the link. He's signing to get on now. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go, because I'd love to get the show underway. We don't plan on keeping you as long as we normally would keep you, but we want to just say I appreciate y'all sticking around. Bless Brian says 5 hours later, Cam, you're fired. That's funny. He's just making his late interest, man. You got to make sure he's got the nice delayed, entrance to build up for his entry here. You got to have the suspense built up. But some things we want to talk about today, we're going to go a little bit into the offseason, some of the things that have happened, and then talk about the draft picks that we have, because we have a total of 10. It's 9 in the first 4 rounds, and so 5 of those picks are actually in the 4th round. So that is going to be interesting to see what we do with those 5 4th round picks. Anyway, so we have our I wouldn't say guest on the show. I say, hey, partner on the show. This guy here is a part of Couch Writer Report now. He is on the team, in my opinion, because he's here once a week, so might as well have him on the team. So like I said, this show is called the Couch Writer Report, the home of original sports perspective. I'm the Couch Writer Raven, and coming on the scene now is artist and actor Kam Ru.
I just love to be on here just to bug it out with you. You know what I mean? Just chop it up with my boy.
What's good, man? What's good?
Somebody was taking shots at me early, man. I always
that was Brian. Let me go ahead and bring that back up. Let's see here.
Somebody was taking shots at me. It's tough, bro. You gotta. When I come from work, I run here. I run and pick up my dog. I walk my dog, then I run back. Look at her sneaking in, and then I run up in here. You know what I mean? Try to get everything situated. So I'm sorry about that, but okay, what I missed, brother?
I was just talking about we had a lot. Was it 1,011? I think it's 1,011 or 1,012 subscribers.
Congratulations, boss. Congratulations. I'm proud of you, man.
I appreciate it, man. You helped us get here, man. That's huge.
Hey, man. I remember when I first saw one of your videos and you was breaking down, I believe it was James Prochet. It was the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about, this is before we drafted Bateman.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, well, who's going to go? And nobody was saying James Prochet other than myself.
Yeah.
And then you was breaking it down. And I was like,
for real.
Thank you, boss. I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing that. Because somebody needed to say it, and gotta see the talent. You know what I mean? And each year he's caught twice as many catches as he did his rookie year. He only had
the Denver game alone. I mean, he really showed up, and I think everybody needs to pay that some type of respect.
That was even in the loss against Cincinnati when they played in Cincinnati. He was balling. He was in there. So.
I think he's just one of those guys. He's just got to get up the hill. He's got to, he's growing up. You've seen him going up the hill already, but he's going to grind. He's one of those blue collar, hardworking guys that's going to get his opportunity as long as he continues to, just work hard. He's not too flashy a receiver or like most of the divas out there with the attitude and stuff. But you know what? He has his tendency, like, hey, like I am that dude still. He gonna see him in the end zone.
You gotta have that dog, that dog in you like that.
Yeah.
I'm the best in the world. You gotta be that way to a degree. But I love the fact that our receivers are all. It's the team than me. It ain't me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even with Lamar, I think that just trickles down because he hates to. Even though he says it now a little bit more often, but he hates saying like. he always says us. He never says like it's my team. He always like I love
even when he was supporting Joe, even after Joe got benched, he just felt like that he needed to pay that respect.
Yeah,
and that's one thing I appreciate about it, his humility.
Yeah,
at least humility there. And then of course Instagram, it seems like he got a whole Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, well, you got you throwing your jokes and you're on there, but like when you're in front of people and you got to really just be. He's a genuine dude, and I think that like he said one time, he said, "I don't catch the ball, I throw the ball. I'm not the running back. I don't block. Like that, it takes more than me to win. To win. And he's right. He's right, but it's the ultimate team sport. It's what we got going on here, boss.
All right, so today we are talking Ravens offseason. So just a little bit of draft or a little bit of offseason talk as far as like what's happened, and then kind of moving into free agency, kind of looking at a few guys that are out there, and then kind of going into the draft rounds 1 through 3. Let's see.
What's your wish list? Because I got mine. What's your wish list?
My wish list? Oh, yeah. Okay. So based on things that have left are going to be end up leaving, let's see, at corner. Honestly, I think, Eric DeCosta did mention it in his press conference that he would love to have a top corner, and he's saying he's getting 2 first-rounders back already.
Right.
But at the same time, I have a feeling that he's going to go ahead and make that strike at corner because he's losing AA. He can't afford that contract going forward. Right. It's just not a smart decision to go with a guy who's still developing, in my opinion. I feel like AA is there. He's getting there. But this was just 1 year performance. The year before, he didn't start to show up until towards the end of the year. And the year before that, we were dragging him all through the streets of Baltimore. So next is defensive end with Calais Campbell leaving out. There's going to be things that we need to look into or in the free agency or in the draft. And then you have offensive linemen. Of course, we're going to cut Alejandro Villanueva. And then outside linebacker, I believe Justin Houston was only a 1 year deal, so he'll be gone.
We only have under contract. We honestly only have 4 linebackers,
and I think that could be built through the draft because we know who our 2 starters are going to be between Owe and Bowser.
Right, but again, I'm going to keep stressing this point while I get an opportunity because I hate people. I don't hate people. I just hate the fact that everybody keeps bashing Ferguson. And you should be, as an outside linebacker, you don't have to be the fastest, you don't have to be the quickest, but you should be somewhat athletic. And I'm not saying that he's not athletic, but he should have just been. He's a DN.
Tall guys don't have bend, man.
Yeah, but he's the same height as Owe, but Owe is an athlete. Yeah. I'm not saying Ferguson is not an athlete, but he's not. He's
not an outside linebacker.
He's not an outside linebacker. He's a DN, and they got him playing. He's been playing out of position this whole time. Like I feel bad because I don't think that's fair to him. Like, remember when we got Pernell McPhee? Pernell came in as a DN. He just couldn't hold that weight, and he kept getting injured. So they moved him to outside linebacker. But when he got that big contract, the last year he was with us. Is because every time on third down, this was the formula. Remember the formula because we still had Doomerville.
Yeah.
Every time on third down, they would slide him inside the pass rush.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting all of it. He got like a few from the outside, but they would slide him inside on the pass rush. Okay. So it was a problem blocking him. It was always a problem. Suggs was not the fastest, but he was an athlete. He's just athletic. He
had great vision. This guy could see it like he could see it like the Matrix, and you just like he would sniff out a screen pass like nobody's business.
Exactly.
He had good hands, good feet. I'm just like just blown away with Suggs' ability. And I think sometimes I didn't appreciate that the talent that he had, the talent level that he had, and what he was bringing to the table for the Ravens at certain points.
Right.
Because it was just like I'm looking at cap numbers and not really showing that appreciation there. Because I was just like, dude, okay, y'all paying him too much.
Right.
Honestly, it was right on point.
But I really feel like they should have moved Suggs down. I mean, not Suggs. They need to move Ferguson to the 5. He needs to be at the 5 technique. He should have been I mean, he's learned behind him the whole time thus far.
Mhm.
Every time he praises anybody, he's praising Derek Wolfe. He's not praising all the outside linebackers or any of the outside linebackers. I mean, they're working with him, but this is his fourth season, and usually, year four for some players, it's like that's when the light really comes on. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think his rookie year and his second year, he had 2 sacks apiece each season, but it's hard for somebody to develop if he's not getting the opportunity. And then again, you on the outside 6'5", 275, and they asking you to drop back.
Mhm.
You should be 275 going forward. We see how good he is and how physical he is against playing the run, but I think he's still again standing up, playing the run, playing the edge where he would probably play it better if he was with a hand in the dirt. Like Wolf, he's the same. He weighs this. Wolf is 6'5", 285. Ferguson last year was 265, 285. He cut down 10 pounds so he can be more in special teams. He needs to be a DN.
Yeah.
I'm not understand. Maybe that hopefully Mike might change that.
Yeah, I think camp's going to be extremely competitive for him this year because it's going to be a bubble type of performance year, and he's going to have a big hill to climb up. Let me get back to the rest of this shopping list or the things that I think we possibly need. So I started off with corner, defensive end, offensive line, outside linebacker, defensive tackle, safety. I think that is pretty much clearing it up. And like I said, thank goodness we don't have to go into this offseason making wide receiver a top priority. Don't have to make tight end a top priority. Don't have to make quarterback a top priority. However, Tyrod Taylor is sitting out there, and he might go for cheap.
Right.
Let's see. I think one thing I wanted to go in was to talk about was this comment here from Deep Manhood. Mahmood. So do we even look at Bieniemy with the younger options like T. Martin or Matt Weiss, currently in Michigan, who has been mentored by both Harbaugh's, potentially ready for OC soon? The reason they're bringing it up is because earlier in the show, maybe they're a little bit behind on the feed, is Eric Bieniemy is basically a free agent right now as far as offensive coordinators because he was basically interviewing for the jobs in New Orleans and in Denver and did not get picked up for either one of those. And now it's like, okay, does Kansas City sign him back, or do they allow him the opportunity to test free agency or test just basically the market to see who was going to pick him up as an offensive coordinator, or does he go down to the college level and rule? Me personally, if I'm Eric DeCosta, I'm getting on the phone and getting this guy underneath, get him in here. And this is where, people are like, hey, they want Greg Roman gone so bad. Okay, I will settle for this because he's, I think he has something to prove. He needs to prove that he can make himself another Pat Mahomes.
Right. I mean, it wouldn't be cheap to get him. So I don't know how much is Steve and how much is EDC going to reach in the bank.
I think honestly, like it's not going to count against the cap. So
yeah, I mean, I know that, but just you paying two, you basically paying two OCs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'd say you know what, it will probably be worth it if they send him on his way.
I totally agree with you as far as it being worth it. My biggest thing is that I feel bad for him, man, because there's just no reason why I can't find a reason why. I mean, you really got to tell me. Owner should have said, or somebody, or a GM should have said, like, he's a horrible. We don't like his presence. We don't like his attitude. Every player on Kansas City, offensively and defensively, loves this man.
Yeah, I think so. They ride or die for this dude. I just don't get what is going wrong in these interviews that is so terrible to where the teams are not wanting to pick this dude up. They would rather hire a 73-year-old black man over Eric Bieniemy. I don't understand that. I mean, I like Lovey, I do, but he's been out of the game for a while now.
Yeah.
So the game has changed since then, and Houston they continually like to put their game or their team in the trash can with these decisions that they make. Like I said, Lovey
is from New England.
Yeah.
This is his second year. He should have fired himself instead of David Kelly, to be honest with you, because he gave. As much as I didn't think Cully did anything for us, to be honest, he led these guys to 4 wins when you had a depleted depleted team. Like you gave up everything just in case you don't get Deshaun Watson back. You gave up every piece of everything. And I know we getting off subject a little bit, but I really think the only reason that they signed Lovey, and it's not like they were running out of time, because they weren't running out of time. You had plenty of time to get another coach. I know the senior ball is over.
I think they were all hard pressed. If there was a lot of signings today, and they just want to be part of it.
Yeah, they didn't want to. Lovey was already there. He was improving the defense, and it's like, okay, if we get a black coach, maybe Deshaun will want to be here.
And I think there might have been pressure from that side, and also pressure from the league. I have a feeling.
Yeah,
I think they were probably on the horn, like, "Hey, man, who you hiring?
Yeah,
are they?
Yeah,
talk about it."
If Brian Flores didn't do what he did, we'd still be.
Yeah,
we'd be talking about Josh McCown, which I really don't understand. No disrespect to Josh McCown, but that's my phone.
I'm like, what am I getting? I was like, that's something new. I was like,
it's connected to the computer. If Josh McCown would have got the job, bro, I mean, I think, I don't care what your nationality is. If you coaching in the NFL, somebody that has no coaching experience gets the opportunity to be a head coach in the NFL.
Yeah.
Or you didn't coach in the collegiate level, you coached at the high school level. You know how disrespectful that is? Yeah. I don't care if you black, white, whatever. That's just the ultimate disrespect.
That's just who you know. That's who you know. That's not what you know.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if he came in as a coach, he got, because he played in the professional, he played in the league, and he comes in as a positional coach, a quarterback coach. They're not gonna understand that. But not a head coach.
Right.
Down to the excuse my no.
I'm with you. And there's a certain people, set of people that a certain set of players that they still need to go through their opportunities of position coaching before they actually get the head coaching job.
Yeah, like you gotta pay your dues, bro.
Yeah.
And as far as the enemy, if that happens, I would be more than pleased. Because one thing I'm gonna say about about our team is that it seems like they always been ahead of the curve as far as what needs to be done. Go ahead.
So Ali Valley says KC's and OC's or KC's OC still hasn't gotten an interview.
Yeah. Well, he got an interview with the Saints. He's talking about.
I thought for sure he had one with the Broncos as well.
It was going to be between him and Daniels. That's the defensive coordinator for the Saints.
Yeah.
And they chose Daniels to be there.
Was it Allen or something? Was it Allen something?
Yeah, Allen Daniels, is it something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Dennis Allen.
This is his second stint as a head coach.
Yeah,
he was a head coach at the Raiders, and then he became the DC there when they got rid of Greg Williams.
Yeah, and so I can respect that move. It's a hire from within, and they're kind of recognizing the continuity. They want to keep that going, and he knows the players already. That's a respectable move.
Yeah,
some of these are just like, you did what? You didn't even have Nathaniel Hackett on your board, and you all of a sudden you hired him over Eric Bieniemy. Like, what the heck is Denver doing?
Yeah. He had an interview with Denver, but that was just one interview. And
it's just crazy how they say that these things didn't go well. They didn't go right. I'm like, this is crazy. Anyway, we better keep moving here. As far as, I'll just answer this real quick and then we can keep going. So Wink looks like he might get the job as far as defense coordinator under Brian Dable up in New York. So that's that.
Yeah.
So let's move forward here to our back to our offseason stuff here. So I kind of got a little bit off track when I was going into all this. Off track as far as draft wise.
Yeah.
I just heard you say, or I read draft, and next thing you know, I was just like, oh, let's go with the top position that I want to go with.
Well, my wish, I'm gonna give you this. My wish list, because we got to look at it like this: those first three picks have to be impact players, because whether they're going to start, they definitely gonna get playing time. Or you want to get them ready for like we got Ben Cleveland ready to start at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I really think that especially if Wink goes to the Giants, I honestly think that the Joker's gonna go there because Wink is there. It makes sense. He's somebody that can pass along the language for the.
I guess with Jabril Peppers actually hitting free agency, that makes sense.
I didn't even realize that so they didn't pick up his 5th-year option at all.
I don't think so.
Mm.
But yeah, so when like I said, I had my wish list, and so I had certain names in mind for the free agency that were out there. Just 1 or 2 in each position. So for corner, of course, I saw a legend out there and Patrick Peterson. He may be 31 years old, but the dude can still be a good fill-in. Should we have some issues with Marcus Peters and an extension or something like that? I think Peters is going to stick around because they want Peters there. I think he's just got that mentality that they want in Baltimore. So I'm excited to see him stay back. But, I think Patrick Peterson will be good insurance.
Yeah, before you go any further.
Yeah.
I think so. But do you think because he's a hitter, he knows how to play the ball, do you think at some point in time he could be moved to safety?
So Patrick Peters, yeah, if he moves to safety, he's dangerous, man. Or him and Peters. They both have great vision of the field. And I think it would make their job even easier to play safety because then they could really have a lot more freedom as to what they do as far as their instincts. Because when you have those instincts already in place them and you get to see the entire field and get the peek at the quarterback more often than you normally would, you're going to be able to take advantage of those plays there.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, what's your list? Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So the next is defensive ends. Of course, we're losing Calais Campbell unless he decides to come back for super cheap. But I think Jihad Ward, he's still 27 years old. And while Jacksonville kind of just really was terrible in defense, I think he knows our system here. Like I said, 27 years old, good pickup. He's still, a big size guy who can be a disruptor in the middle, or at least on the edge there. So that would help out. And then Jerry Hughes, he may be 33 years old, but I think that guy's still got some ball left in him. I loved the pickup when the Bills picked him up. I thought, hey, this guy's it's just something special about this guy. I think he was very contributor to that defense that they had over there, that number 1 ranked defense. And then you have our offensive lineman. Of course, we're going to cut AV and save some money. So, Nate Solder's out there. Cam Robinson is just a little bit too expensive because the market is just way up there for the guys like that. Ryan Jensen, I would love to see him come back as a center for us. He's already got his big bag, so hopefully he'll take that discount to come back to Baltimore. Yeah. And then Alex Lewis, he's familiar with the Ravens. He's coming over from the Jets. I think that would be a decent pickup for continuity purposes when it comes to the Ravens offensive line. And then at outside linebacker, Justin Houston may be out unless he takes a cheap deal as well. Like Eric DeCosta said, he may be able to free up about $21 million in cap space. Yeah. I don't know if he said that or if I said that, but I know he said he was able to free up some
we got enough to be
happen.
Yeah. He said we got enough, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Justin Houston may be one of those picks that he's like, all right, I'll go ahead and take a possible look at again. Here's one that's probably a little bit of a reach for free agency wise, but Von Miller is sitting out there, and he might cost about upwards of $9.5 to $12 million to bring in, but would it be worth it though? You know what
I mean? For you. Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're gonna let him out of LA because they already talking about they want to try to keep him and Odell. They're trying to keep both of them.
Yeah, but they can't. Like I said, they negative $6 million right now, so they got to roll over some things.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna restructure or what they're gonna restructure, but they're trying to keep him. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Next would be Chandler Jones. That would probably be a contract with about $11 million. Is what Baltimore had to come out of pocket for.
Yes.
And then Anthony Barr will be another one that's out there. Pretty decent Minnesota Viking throughout his career.
Well, he would be more. Would he play? He played the strong side linebacker in 4-3, right?
I think he was a little interchangeable. I mean, I see him with his hand in the ground sometimes, and then sometimes outside linebacker.
Okay. I can take. I like that. I like that.
And then let's see here. We got some commentaries. So Brian says, "Oh no, actually, let's go back to Ali." Ali says the Ravens should jump on Peppers. I think if we cannot sign if we can't sign the Joker back, then yeah, there's going to be opportunities out there, and that may be one of those. But just it's all about price, especially with such a strong defensive back draft.
Yeah.
I think this is something you just like, hey, we let that fly out, and we can figure out what's going on in the draft. Bless Brian saying, Houston, don't leave.
Yeah.
Don't leave me, girl. All right, then he says, Calais better not leave.
Yeah. I think that we're going to try to, as far as like secondary wise, I don't think we're going to have enough money to, if we can't get the Joker back on a cheap deal because of, a prove it deal, because he got injured, that would be great. But like I said, if Wink gets the job as the DC, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets his bag there, because you just said that Jabril is going to be, he's leaving, and they're going to be implementing that type of defense with the 3-4, and they got Logan playing free safety, so I wouldn't be surprised there at all. I do think Calais, and I wouldn't be surprised if both Calais and Justin come back. And again, they don't have, just because they're back doesn't mean that they have to start.
Yeah, because if you rotate Calais in,
you saving his legs. If you rotate him in, save his legs. Same thing with Justin. I don't think as good as they play, I don't think they need to start. But my wish, as far as my wish list is concerned, I really feel like we need to make a playmaker. I know we're gonna get a lineman within the first 3 rounds.
Yeah,
it needs an offensive tackle, but I really think we need to go defense heavy. We need to get back to the roots of who Baltimore is, and that's running the ball hard, and that's it starts in the trenches and building that defense. I've seen a lot of mock drafts. They either saying corner or they're saying edge rusher. I wouldn't be mad at either one, like I said before, but I do really feel like we need to, instead of trying to trade or get a free safety in free agency, I really think that we need to go ahead and draft one. I got a feeling that Kyle Hamilton is going to be there. I know everybody's like, oh, the Texans are going to take him and this and that, but
the Texans don't even know what type of underwear they're wearing right now. They can't make decisions, right? Come on.
On top of that, their problems are not on defense. Their defense actually played pretty daggone well. And if you're gonna play a Tampa 2, I don't think he really fits that bill to be, to do that. But he could.
Didn't the Texans used to roll with a 3 safety system at one point in time too?
Well, when Lovey came in with the Tampa 2, so they've been
he's Tampa 2.
Yeah, they've been working. They've been balling and they've been going upfield. I'm sure they're gonna either go for an edge rusher or they need to go on their offense and figure out if you can get some more pieces and get Deshaun back. But other than that, we just need a playmaker. Yeah. Whether that's gonna be us getting somebody on any of those levels, whether it's the interior, the D-line, linebacker, we need a playmaker.
So here's kind of where I kind of went down a rabbit hole with my studying. Like right as soon as you sent me that text message, and I was like, oh man, we need a playmaker. So of course I went and looked up. I wanted to research 10 corners, and so I was like, man, let's just go in it. And
you got no safeties,
guys, huh?
You found no safeties in there?
Well, I didn't. I put a couple safeties in there, but not as many corners. I probably had like 2 safeties. Of course, we know about 2 others, the ones we talked about already. But when it came to corners, I kind of just went in on the research on these guys. So one of them that kind of stuck out to me was this dude named Storm Duck.
I never heard of him.
He came out of North Carolina. This dude's about 6 foot, even 195 pounds. So he's got some pretty good ball skills. He can mirror very well. He's very physical. He's got good downfield awareness. He's just one of those blue collar, hardworking guys. When he had an injury, he just like really got back to it and came back, really worked on a rehab. I think he's a little handsy down the field. Sometimes he's a little bit too huggy down the field or whatever. And sometimes keeping up with that speed. I think that's why he ends up getting handsy. And that's part of the technique sometimes, to smack in the hands in order to keep them with you. but sometimes at this level, it could get called.
I think he played in now that you mentioned him. I think he played in the East-West Shrine game. He was the only North Carolina corner I can think of that was in that East-West Shrine game. He's 6 feet, you say, right?
Yeah, 6 feet. So this guy had 9 pass breakups this past year, 2 interceptions, and he only allowed a 48.3% completion rate against him. And I thought that was pretty solid. There was something else. It said hopefully so I was actually predicting a round for this guy. So I was thinking, hey, if Baltimore took something else, let's say an offensive lineman like Charles Cross or Lindenbaum or Penning, then of course Baltimore's. Say what?
I saw. Sorry, I saw. I looked at some video on Chad Penning. I like what he did a little bit in the Senior Bowl during the practice, the one-on-ones, and then I saw some tape on him, man. His feet are so slick. Well, when we get to the lineman, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm getting.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so like, let's just say Baltimore does happen to pick up a lineman in the first round. Yeah. I think this guy would be a great solid pick at number 45 or even 76 if he happens to slide that far. Going in the rounds. So we got some comments.
Remember, the best thing only good thing that came out of this whole thing is of us having a bad season is that we're getting 2 legit starters in these first 2 rounds.
Oh yeah.
Unless we miss, and I don't think we ever really miss when it comes to low picks.
Yeah, I mean the second round picks we miss on those, but
sometimes. But we've gotten a lot of starters out of the second round.
Yeah.
In the past. But I'm just saying that we're definitely getting somebody. We're getting 2 players within the top 50. Put it that way. We should definitely get 2 great players within the top 50, and that's the only good thing I can think about. Unless we get aggressive and then we trade up and we do something, but we have 9. We do have 11 picks, but we have 9 picks within the first 90. The first 90, I believe that's what EDC said.
Yeah,
we have 9.
we got nine in the first 4 rounds, and then we have that 10th one, which is the 5th round pick, number 195 overall. So we have the 14, 45, 76, 102, 105, 116, 126, 137, 138, and then 195. That's the picks we got.
That's a lot of money to juggle. So
a lot of draft, a lot of lottery picks. Here's a comment from KTSE. He says Jaquan Brisker from Penn State. So I did take a look at Jaquan.
Jaquan is
and that was a safety. So I was just like, oh my goodness. Let's see. I said true strong safety, heavy hitter. He takes the right angles. He takes really good angles when it comes to his tackling. He fights through the traffic. Some people just don't fight through the trash when it comes to the run game, but he fights for those tackles, and he can play the ball in the air. Some people don't play the ball in the air. They sit there and try to look for either playing the man, looking at his eyes, or something like that, and they're not watching to make the play. This guy actually turns his body and watches to make the play.
How many picks did he have this year? Did he have any?
It did not. I didn't get the picks number on that one.
That's fine.
Just kind of watching a little bit of highlights here and there, and then watch 1 or 2 individual games. But I liked him. I was like, Baltimore goes, Penn State another year. I would not be mad at all with this guy here. Like I said, that was one of the 2 safeties that I got a chance to look at. So I appreciate you bringing that up, KTSC.
Yes, sir.
Also, for those of y'all who have not done so, please subscribe to KTSC. He has he's got an audio show, and he also is on YouTube. So y'all make sure to go check him out. Sure. He's definitely building, and I think when it comes to him, he has the content. He just needs the audience. So just make sure y'all subscribe to that channel. Let's see what else we got here. We got it says we need that white boy OT from Central.
Take it easy, Ali. Take it easy, old boy.
He's like, just give me a white boy. He don't even care. He's just from Central Michigan. Just find me one.
Chill out, son. White boy. Chill out, B.
Let's see here. I'm trying to see who he's talking about.
I know what you're talking about, but he's not a first round draft. I don't think he got a first round draft grade. I think we could probably steal him in like the second or the third round.
Was that the one that Ozzie Newsome was talking about with Lalelle or something like that?
You a wild dude. That's why you got the baby pitch up there. You a wild dude.
That's good. Oh yeah, a lot of people was just like him.
The white boy.
Let's see. So we can get a name on the white boy from Central Michigan.
I see his highlights. I saw him in the Senior Bowl too, but he's definitely not a first. Not a first round draft pick though. I can see him going in the first 3 rounds. Like we could grab him in the third round. We got 2 third round draft picks. So
you got scouts riding on campus now, just looking like, all right, we're looking for a white boy. Some tackle. Y'all see one? They over there? You. That's not the one? You talking about we worried about racism here against us. Look at us.
Way around the corner. Go right.
Oh, here's a good one. So this one I took a peek at. I really did like this guy from USC here. Or is it USC or FSU? FSU, sorry, FSU.
Not going in the third.
Yeah, Jermaine Johnson, you know what I mean? Hey, Jermaine's a cool name, just saying.
He's not going to Jermaine. Is going. If y'all saw him at the Senior Bowl, he is everything plus more. He the joke is jacked.
Yeah.
They thought his arms were shorter than what they were, and then they did the measurements. He has incredible length. The dude is jacked. He can hit you with the bull rush. He's an athlete in all kinds of. He's definitely moved. He moved up everybody's board to like. I think now Darryl Jeremiah has him like before David Ajawu.
Yeah,
he's now like I think he's like number 14 on the list.
Okay,
that's how high he's jumped. Like at first everybody was like third round.
Mm-hmm. He's
going in the first round. I guarantee that. Whether we grab him or not, he's definitely going in the first round.
I feel you.
Definitely going in the first round.
All right, so I got another guy here.
You right on that one though, bringing him up, but he's not going in the third round. I definitely know that. I don't know if y'all saw the Senior Bowl, but if you see them, I like to see the practices opposed to just seeing them, during the game.
Yeah,
and he was a problem during the practices, brother. And I'm sure he's going to test well at the combine. I'm sure he's going to test well.
So we got another guy, Mikhail Wright. I don't know if you heard about this guy from Oregon.
The free safety?
He's a corner.
Okay, I'm
thinking.
Baylor. I'm sorry. I can't think of the guy's name from Baylor, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
About 5'11", about 182 pounds. So, maybe needs a sandwich here and there. And then, so he had about 11 pass breakups.
He probably
you know what I'm saying? He can eat. So you come out there trying to play corner looking like you.
Like, boy, now you taking shots.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know about the white boy. Now you taking
shots. Like, hey, for the 29 cents a day, you too can feed Mikhail Wright. You know what I'm saying?
I acted up, man.
I'm just saying, like, he can eat. He can eat. You figure a tough corner. If you sitting kind of light out there, and you going up against a Julio Jones or even what's the name?
Might have to keep it inside.
Yeah, you going against AJ Brown, and you sitting there at 5'11", 182, you might get tossed.
No, he might have to be kicked inside to play slot.
Yeah, I guess you could use him in slot. It would be straight. It'd be straight, but you still gotta be. I think you still gotta eat a little bit. Weight up. You know what I'm saying? Like you can face Hollywood, you'd be okay, but you can't come up there.
He ain't a big cat. That's your boy. Tavon not big.
Tavon got hard though. Tavon got tons of heart. Now here's the thing about this guy. That was one of his strengths. It says he was strong. He jumped some routes to attack the ball. He has a lot of burst. He had 11 pass breakups and 1 interception. Through 2 seasons, he allowed a 45.6 completion rate. And then when it came to he was only scored on once, I think. No, not him. That wasn't him. So when targeted, he only allowed 1 pass for 36 yards last year. So this dude is a pretty solid corner. Like I said, his cons I put on here: needs a sandwich. He's more hands than feet. So what I mean that is, like I said with the last guy, once he kind of somebody burns past him, he's kind of handsy as all get out, trying to get a lot of calls if he does not take care of that, and he needs to wrap up.
Yeah.
So one of the things I kept seeing when I looked at the tape on him was that like he would lay his head down and go for the knees or something like that when it came on the tackle. He needs to take his head out of the play and do a little bit more wrapping up. Or it's going to cause some problems, maybe some head injuries, or he's going to end up wrecking, getting penalties or whatever because he won't take his head out of the play. So hopefully he can fix that.
Working his technique.
Yeah.
Yeah, get on him about it.
And then let's see, Andrew Booth Jr. So that one out of Clemson. So here we are. He's
well in the. Is it? No. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the guy that was at Clemson that transferred to Georgia. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So you got like I said, Andrew Booth Jr. So yeah, I'll go back into the other guy who transferred to Georgia too in just a minute.
Yeah, he didn't do well in the Senior Bowl at all. He was, I don't know. Maybe he just had a bad day, but he didn't do well at all. Like I know
who embarrassed him. Who was the one who kind of put him on
these jokers? I don't even know. They was from AA. They was just giving them the smoke. It's one guy from North Dakota State just put it on him, and it just, I don't know. He just wasn't. He could have just done. It could be a bad day in the office. I never want to judge anybody by the Senior Bowl itself. I just want to see, like, especially it's just very hard to me. There
you go. Lupus here, y'all. I'll say what's up the world. Like we got a Cleveland Brown fan in the room. Watch out now. Watch out. Hey, I was watching some tape, Wilbert. Can you tell me what happened to Greedy Williams when my boy Rashad Bateman got a hold of him?
Take it easy. We ain't gonna go there. We over there.
So
let it go. We over there. Let it go. We ain't going there. Hello from Cleveland.
Okay, I'll let it go.
You let him go. Oh yeah. Oh boy.
Oh, he's talking about Trevor Penning. Okay, so he had the college wrong, and he was just like, just give me
the information. I want to talk about from Iowa, Trevor Penning, but the dude
I had those on Trevor too. So Trevor,
right the first time. The dude for Central Michigan is good though, but Penning, I watched some tape on him.
Yeah,
y'all can go watch some tape on him. I even saw Coach Sitali said the same thing. Like his feet are slow. He and it's part of the reason because I guess he's so tall. Mm-hmm. Like once he go one direction, it's over.
Yeah, they said it was like his lateral movement bends to the inside.
His technique is okay. He's not great to me. He's a bully because he just uses his size. So he's just physically. Think about it like, and this is no disrespect to Villanueva. It's just. He just reminds me of a younger version of him. At one point in time, Alejandro was a monster.
Sorry.
Right. But he's good, but I don't think he's a first round draft pick. When they did the one-on-one drills, they kept playing one incident over where he was getting to the defensive lineman. They saying how good he was getting to the defensive lineman, but this dude from Ohio State was off the speed rush. He cannot handle a speed rush. They were getting under him. They were getting past him quick.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they mentioned as far as his. They say he's a nasty physical player, but bend issues due to height. Like something is with this height thing. Like I think it's something real with it. Like you have to really work on your yoga and work on your athletic, your bend, your ability to get low, in order to be able to play that position pretty well, whether it be on the defensive side of the ball or the offensive side of the ball. The taller you get, the more you have to work on that bend, and they're saying that is a weakness for him. And
I don't really think that he's a first round draft pick. This is my thing. I just feel like, okay, I know we got some injuries in the and it's not that I disagree with you at all. I'm just saying, like, I just think that we stay at 14 and get something sweet. We never get nothing in that box. Majority of the time we do, even when we got the year we got Lamar, we were at 16. I thought honestly we were gonna go get DeJuan James. We didn't. And then we moved back. I was happy we got Lamar.
Oh yeah.
Didn't know before Lamar, who do we picked up?
Hayden Hurst,
right?
Yep.
And I didn't know who the hell he was. I knew he was the best tight end.
Man, I'm sitting here. I'm in AT&T Stadium at the time, or Cowboy Stadium, sitting here looking like when we got on the clock. I'm like, who?
Yeah. So
Hayden Hurst. And so of course, somebody's like trying to make me feel better. They're looking up highlights right next to me.
Yeah.
They're like, "Yo, you got a beast," and I'm sitting here like, all right.
Look, for what it's worth, Aiden has been more than I expected, and he really is good. But
he's a free agent this year.
We need playmakers at this point in time. And 14, I don't want to go back. I'd rather go forward. We got 10 picks, 10, 11 picks. Just grab something there. It's something there. We can't lose at 14. You at the sweet spot.
Oh yeah, you got to. So they showing they talking about some tape here. Penny getting smoked 2 slaves in a row with a rip.
I just feel like, look, we don't know what's going to happen with Ronnie. But what if he does come back? Because think about it, if you draft an offensive lineman in the first round, you got to start him. We're not sitting him. If Ronnie's ready, you're not going to sit him.
Oh, I mean, we need them to understand that they're going to be a right tackle. No doubt. And they don't have them changing their mind or tweeting anything like that to where we got to get rid of them because Orlando Brown destroyed our line this year.
Right. But what do you do with DeJuan James? Do you just get rid of him when you can? He's a pro.
I want to see what DeJuan. I say, hey, a competition helps. And
I understand that. I agree. Look, I'm agreeing with y'all.
Yeah.
My point is this: where to play? We have no playmaker other than Peters. And when hopefully Marlowe gets back to doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
We don't have any playmakers on that defense. Like we used to be turnover. It was turnover city.
Yeah.
When you used to come against Baltimore, it was a problem.
We prided ourselves on the ground game. We prided ourselves on having that solid defense. I think it's kind of flipped on his head right now, which is what Harbaugh's been wanting to do for years.
Yeah, we got to get back. We got to get back to us. I understand that, and I think that we can still find a good lineman within the first 3 rounds. I just don't think it needs to be a first-round draft pick. I think we went at levels. They keep saying we may get right now. It's pass rusher.
Yeah.
But we just drafted a pass rusher last season. But we didn't. We drafted edge rusher. Excuse me. So they keep saying edge, but if we losing, we do. EDC that we need to get younger in the D line. I wouldn't be surprised. Just look out for the name of Trayvon Walker. I don't know. I know some people have him listed as an outside linebacker DN.
Yeah.
He played across the line in Georgia. He even played nose tackle. He's had 2. He's 20 years old. He's 6'4", 277. He's still not finished growing. You put on 10 more pounds, you're the 5 technique and you're a monster. Who played 5 technique and was a 2-time defensive player of the year and was 6'5" at 285? J.J. Watt.
Okay.
So why can't he be there? Now, I'm not saying that's what he's going to be, but you need.
Yeah, but you can see some of the attributes, some of the intangibles that he has.
He's a monster. He plays the run well. He definitely plays the pass well. He's a monster. If y'all ain't seen him, see how you do, KT?
He was on it.
You know what I mean? So I'm just saying we just need somebody. We have a lot of impact players on offense, starting with Lamar. Everybody may not love Hollywood, but if Hollywood get the ball and he get past you, what's the saying? If we he leaving. And that's going to be
it starts with being able to get that ball off, and I think Bills is he's on it. He's like, yeah, you got to fix that line, got to get Lamar time.
You can fix it.
Yeah, and I think if we go into that first round, I'm with you. You're with the defensive backs or offensive line. We can't lose there. I think as long as we take the shot on either one of those, it is a win for the first round.
But if we look at the draft itself, like there are some good linemen that didn't go to big schools.
Yeah, like
the best tackles are probably going to be gone before we get there. And there's like 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's like
Neil is there. Then by all means, I'll take him.
Well, I say Neil and Cross, I think. Was those 2? Yeah, the Mississippi State guy, Neil, or was it Charles Cross?
Right.
6'5", 310. Evan Neal, 6'7", 351 pounds. I think that is like going to be one of the top 5 picks right there.
Right, and
Neal.
my man from North Carolina State. North Carolina State.
You talking about Ikem Ikwanu?
Right.
Yeah.
Those are the top three. If we can't grab one of those three, I don't think that we should be. I don't think we should be reaching for Penny. Because I seen. If you just gotta watch the tape, like I think he's good. I don't think he's great.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie Stanley, when we got Ronnie, he was great.
Yeah. So here's one on
another one.
What Eric DaCosta mentioned was Daniel Faele.
Yeah.
So he had an up and down.
His grade went down.
Yeah, it was up and down week for him because it was like he was owning and he had owned.
Yeah, it's the level of talent that you play against. Because when Penny played North Dakota State, he looked amazing, and he was owning the DN over there. But his technique to me is suspect, and his feet are not moving, and it's just that he plays good bully ball. But you're gonna have to. I just think if we get him, I think he's too rich unless you get him in the late first or you get him in the second round. I don't think that I think we can still. Even if we draft an offensive lineman in the second round,
yeah. So I like
groom him to start, whether it's going to be left or right tackle.
Yeah,
but you don't have to get. There's going to be a tackle sitting in the second.
Okay, so if let's say we go corner first round,
right,
and then something like Faele, second or third or something like that, and just get a good offensive line trainer for him, get him on his game, and be good.
And I think that's what we can win. But we need a playmaker. We definitely need to. I would like for us. My wish is that we go. I'm not going to say what position. I mean, my fan favorite is Kyle Hamilton, and I really think that he's going to slip out of the top 10 because all those teams have so many needs in the front. Mm-hmm. A safety, especially a safety. I think Weston ain't really kind of messed it up for a lot of the safeties coming out. Jamal Adams, because how expensive he made everything after he got drafted to the Jets. But I think that if we can't get him, definitely corner or whoever we can grab, that's gonna make a big splash as far as that could be a day one starter. We need a day one starter either in that back end, or we need a day one starter in that front seven.
Let's pay the bills real quick. We got 13 people in the room. Hey, make sure I get 13 likes up on the video, please. Smash that like button, and let's get a couple subscribers, extra ones. If you're new here, appreciate you coming through. But we need to definitely get this channel continually to rock here, and I appreciate the new people in the room. I think we got Timothy Gilbert. I don't remember seeing Timothy Gilbert in here, so I appreciate you with your comments. Bill Seals, I think, is a new guy today as well. Grateful to have you here. And I think Daryl Turner is our newest addition here. I don't remember seeing you here, but if you're not new, I appreciate you coming back through. He's got a good comment here. He wants to draft Devin Lloyd from Utah. He has inside-outside versatility. He'll be nasty next to Patrick Queen, or on the opposite of Oweh at outside linebacker. So he's interchangeable.
He's definitely a middle linebacker. He could play that Mike. I think he may be gone because he's the gentleman that he's talking about. He's like another Michael Parsons. Unless playing, he can play off the ball, he can play the pass well. He definitely plays the run well. He's a big boy. I really think that we do need a running mate that's going to be right next to Queen, because I think they're moving Malik to the Sam. He's going to be He's going to be Mon Tyus. And it's probably best because he's 6'3". He's the same size as Tyus says. He's 6'3", 243. He's a big boy. So it probably, and he really doesn't have that range that Queen has playing sideline to sideline. So it may be better if they move him on the outside to help him out. But we do need a running mate that's going to be right there with Queen. But I think that guy's going to be gone. I really do. He's that good, dude. It's only like him and was it Dean from Georgia, the other linebacker, number 17. Those are the top two middle linebackers that everybody.
The Alabama boy, though, I think he might have been a will, but it was still like
he was a strong. You talking about Christian Harris?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think he has first round.
They bring him next to Pat Queen. I just say it would be just a dominant. Oh my gosh, it would be crazy. LSU next to Alabama. Oh, let's go, yes sir.
He's smooth, man, because he's like jokers are trying to block him, and he's like sliding through, like he just slippery. He be sliding, and he don't even take them on. And they think he about to take them on. He just slide through. He just a slippery cat, and he be making the tackles. I like him, but
here's some other suggestions here.
Yeah, Kobe Dean. Somebody said mention Lean from Texas A&M, the defensive end.
Who said that? Let's see. I saw Kobe Dean
right before
the Marvin Leo.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's good from Texas A&M. He's really good. I mean, he would definitely help. He can play that 5 technique. He can probably play the 3 too, but he's definitely he has that size, and he that would be a Matabuke's one of his teammates, old teammates. He played with him. So
recent mocks have Derek Stingley. Woo, his stock is decreasing. If he slides to Baltimore, he's the one that's the most familiar with Jamar Chase, and we need something as an answer to that guy. And so, of course,
the ankles check out. I hope he had an ankle problem. I hope his ankles check out.
I hope so as well. So I looked at the tape on him. I saw some things there, like say 6'1", 195 pounds. This guy pretty much had the lowest passer rate allowed against him in the entire league the last 2 years, and has a 38.3 completion percentage against him. Solid prototype. The only time he even got embarrassed, I remember this in 2019, is when the Heisman Trophy winner got a hold of him and lit him up.
Yeah.
And but he's good at press. He's got good length, good ball skills, decent speed. And I think when he got lit up in 2019, it was kind of unfair because he was catching the call from the coach at the time. And that's when the ball was snapped, and he kind of got caught peeking at the sideline. Like, oh, snap. Yeah. And that's kind of where he got caught off guard. He does have some hit and miss plays at times. Yeah. But as far as instincts, good hands, body control, absolutely love this guy. Of course, I have a bias towards LSU guys, but people have been talking about Stingley for years. And I'll be honest, I think after I saw that tape initially against Devontae, I was like, man, he gonna get roasted by burners, But then I was like, is he gonna be the next Greedy Williams? And I don't think that's the case. That's not a fair assessment on him. I think he's a solid corner, and I think he's going exactly where he needs to go. People talking about stock dropping is because they're in love with Sauce Gardner right now. And they fallen in love with Elam for some reason. I don't know why. I've been hurt before, with previous Elam, and I don't know if I want to rock this route, but I've seen his tape too. And
Elam from where? From
Florida. Yeah, Kaya.
I forgot all about the Elam fan. Yeah, Engraven is sensitive about the Elams.
You see it? What you say something here?
No, I say.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he got to protect his Florida boys. You know how he is. Yeah, he got to protect his Florida boys. But don't you be talking about my Florida boys, my Florida Ravens, up in here. I will come for you.
I think that there's another corner, McDuffie from Washington.
Yeah, I looked at the tape on him as well. Where is he? So he's a good mirroring corner. He's good at tackling some short bursts. And he jumps some routes, has some quick feet. I say a decent comparison would be Anthony Averett. And then his cons, but his speed. They talk about his speed is not necessarily there, but I feel like your gameplay speaks louder than what's on the 40 time and all that stuff like that. So I feel like if you're only missing like 2 tackles your entire career, you getting your job done. Like you dare step for step, stride for stride with these guys. So I say, even though he's a 5'11", 195-pound corner, I still think, this guy could be a good slot guy, and he don't have to have that burner speed all the way down the field. That's what that's what the safeties are built for, to help that over top. So
I think that he's definitely in the. I think they got him. I got to look at the list again, but I think he's like number 11. Like they have what's the guy from LSU?
Yeah, Stingley.
They got Sauce. They actually got Gardner before him. They have Sauce Gardner. Then they
I had Gardner on my list. I had Gardner above Stingley.
really.
And I had McDuffie at 7. I had McDuffie at 7. I had Elam. Like I said, I was a little like feeling some type of way, but I still put him at 3. Just mainly because when I looked at the tape, I'm like, look at this guy. He's a thunderous hitter. He's, prototypical good hips, physical. He paints himself on the wide receivers is one of the notes I wrote. Then it's just, like I said, a thunderous hitter. The cons, like I said, I've been hurt before. I said,
what do you think of? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He had 12 pass breakups through 2 years and 5 interceptions, a 42% completion rate. And then he had 3 receptions for 23 yards allowed on him against, and that was Devontae Smith. Sorry, that was Devontae Smith stats against him. So I feel like if you ain't letting the Heisman Trophy get over on you like that, you're a pretty solid corner. The last name shouldn't really matter, I guess, because he has that talent. And I think, if we pass on a guy like that just because we've been hurt before, then hopefully that's not the reason. Hopefully we saw something else there.
Yeah. What do you think of Kobe Bryant?
You said Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he was the opposite corner of Elam.
I was like, well, rest in peace. But I mean,
he was named after Kobe.
Yeah,
he was. That's what his parents named him.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look at Kobe.
Corner. He won the. I can't remember the award for cornerback, best cornerback. Not this. I don't know if it was this year. I think it was last year. But he's he was in the Senior Bowl. He did a decent job. He didn't do anything spectacular, but
here's a statement.
Oh yeah,
Stingley in the same room as Peters. Lord, I guess I don't know if they are saying Lord as in they don't believe it or
that's real big. That's a big statement.
Yeah,
Peter, that dude. I don't care what anybody say. PP. He Hall of Fame anyway. He's gonna be a future Hall of Famer. PP is that dude. I was looking for the list. I can't find the list. They must have took it down.
Bless Brian, what you doing? he asking some weird questions there. Does anybody know how to build credit? Somebody please reach out to Brian. Bless Brian.
Yo, chill out, son.
And then Ali said, "No, I'm 4, bro. I can't help you in that department. Y'all just doing some sidebars over here, bro." Oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. Y'all is tripping.
All right, so
he was saying, do you won the Thorpe Award? I think Timothy's trying to help you out here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Timothy. They got Sauce Gardner. Daryl Jeremiah has he got him actually right behind Kyle Hamilton. So they got Kyle Hamilton. He has Kyle Hamilton number 4. Sauce Gardner is number 5.
Oh, you on DBs? I was like,
yeah, I'm just saying as far as
combination.
It's just I'm just saying the top 50 rate who's rated where. Devin Lloyd, the guy, whoever brought him up before, that's the linebacker from Utah. He has him at number 8.
There's a guy that I think is going to be one of those ones that.
I
think there's a guy that's going to be like a dark horse, should I say? Darion Kendrick, the one you was talking about that left Clemson and went to Georgia. Yeah. So the reason I say dark horse is because this is probably going to be a later round pick based off of his character issues. But he's got a lot of talent. Mirroring, tracking, physical is all get out. Held his own against Jamar Chase. Could be a burn victim here and there. But, he had some drug and gun charges right before leaving Clemson. And he had it in his own hometown. And he was suspended for a game last year. So I think between those character issues, it's going to push him back, but it's going to be a bargain for somebody because all it's going to take is him to get a mentor and sit down with the owner and the GM and say, hey, look, son, this is your opportunity here. This is kind of more of the Tyrann Mathieu type situation. You come in, you be good, you play ball, you show your worth, and we'll make it worth your while. And that's kind of what happened with Tyrann. He was able to turn that story around into a success story. Now he's Super Bowl champion and now free agent. So I'm thinking this Darion Kendrick out of Georgia looks like he's going to have a good shot in the NFL, and I think he's going to do some big things for a team that's going to come out of nowhere. We even got Baltimore zone 21 in here. Whoa, what's good, man? So yeah, thanks for coming through, y'all. I appreciate you. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, smack that bell, so you know when it's going down. Another corner, like I said, I was really just
got
stuck.
Trent right behind your boy.
What happened?
They got Trent right behind your boy. They got him ranked 13.
Okay.
Right behind Derek.
What'd you think about Roger Mccree from Auburn?
I like him, but I'm sure he's fast because every Auburn corner is running like a 4.2.
Mm-hmm.
He's physical. I don't. I haven't seen enough tape on him to really judge him.
Yeah.
When I saw him in the Senior Bowl, his makeup speed is like I said. I think every Auburn corner is fast.
Yeah, I think it's just those players like that. They're good in trailing technique. They can close that gap when the ball's in the air.
I just don't know.
He's the most experienced corner in the draft.
Well, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know if he fits the system. Our system is so. It's not like. Maybe it might be different this year. I wouldn't. I don't see him as a first round draft pick. I see him maybe in the second. But
this dude took 13. I think he took 1,375 snaps in college.
Yeah, but he honestly reminds me of, as far as like with his technique. I think he reminds me of Sherman. Just a smaller version.
Okay.
So not as tall, rather. He reminds me of Sherman, probably because. And again, I only seen one Auburn game, and that was when they played Bama. So it's very hard for me to judge him. But what I saw in the Senior Bowl,
yeah,
like he looked good.
Yeah, good awareness.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked clean. Even in the one-on-ones, he did a decent job. But I just don't know, man. He's a physical corner too, which I do like. He likes to hit. So. I just never. I don't know. You know what? It was hard. We've never drafted an Auburn corner, so it's like I'm looking at
because you got somebody who's against Screaming Eagle in the organization. I'm just saying, like he rolls Tide for life, man. He probably sitting here. He's looking at
OGM was the OG. Don't say that. Nah, we ain't bringing them in there.
No anybody came to the table like, yeah, I had this guy from Auburn. You see Ozzy just
Auburn. You see how he felt about LSU? He probably took him some time with the LSU. He probably was like,
what? Yeah, he's like, what, Pat Queen? He's like, we never drafted a player out of LSU. Are you out of your mind? You know what, Eric, I know this is your show, but can I? And he probably hung the phone up on Eric. It was like, yeah, I can't hear you, bro. I can't. I think they did a presser about that. I think Ozzy was trying to protest, and Eric Costa was like, nah, bro. The last corner I had on my list was Martin Emerson Jr. I had him at 6. I had him at 6 because of prototype. 6'2" guy out of Mississippi State. Like prototypical size, a quick hitter, good in the zone, physical tackler, 23 defensive stops in 2021. He had a 59% completion rate, so that's a little higher than some of those other ones there. But he had 12 pass breakups in 2021. So his cons was his man-to-man coverage as far as his speed. Like I said, when you get a little bit taller, sometimes flipping them hips gets a little bit harder. You're not as fluid. Yeah, I mean, although we are seeing like different players that are fluid with those taller heights, but like prototypically, if you're big and tall, you just stuck to the outside, and it's not really. It's just you beating that man and ushering them to the sideline and stuff. That's kind of what you're looking for when you got that prototypical size. And I appreciate a 6'2" guy. I mean, that's kind of a decent balance. But, like I said, you got to be able to beat up that number one, that X-type receiver out there, and this is the guy to do it with. But as far as deep, speed and stuff like that, I think he might get burnt up on the back end, but hopefully he's able to usher him out of bounds before any of that happens. So,
I haven't seen too much tape on him, but I saw like a couple of videos. He looks decent. Who you got at safety?
Huh? Where would I take him?
Yeah, who you got at safety?
Safety. Oh, sorry. The Drake Jackson.
Drake Jackson?
Yeah. I can't remember what school he was at. But I was just going over, just looking at the tape on him. I was like, hey, he's got good chop. He's got just good hands. Relentless pursuit. Needs, what did I say there? Needs a couple more moves. No, so that wasn't safety. Sorry. That was defensive end. Safeties. Brandon Joseph. Brandon Joseph, great vision.
Already. Go ahead.
Huh?
So I like where you're going already. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, ball hawk. He climbs the ladder. I
Yes.
saw he would climb the ladder for the ball. He ain't got no problem with that. He jumps routes, very instinctive. He's just looking. He's very optimistic. It comes to a tip drill, it's on. This guy will full on take advantage of a tip drill. He has that returner ability. He has some returner ability, so that could really bring a second piece. You know, you want to make it on special teams, but you make it anywhere. And then let's see, plays the ball in the air. Some of his cons. Oh no, sorry. Let me go back to his pros. This dude had a one-handed pick against Ohio State against Derek Wilson. So I was like, man, this dude's a tip drill king. Just a phenomenal player. But I think his physicality, he could be a little bit more physical. Yeah. And then sometimes he gets caught in the trash against the run, is what I saw in there. So he gets swallowed up, you know, and it's just he's not fighting through like other corners and other safeties. I was seeing that they actually fought through. They were physical, trying to get to the ground, the ball carrier. He just kind of just gets eaten up and ushered to the side.
He's definitely he's working. I don't know if we would go with him first round as far as safety wise. Other than Kyle Hamilton, I really think.
This is definitely not first round type stuff here.
Correct.
And then I mentioned the Jaquan Brisker. That was the one I mentioned earlier. Like I said, just a strong safety, heavy hitter. You know, if Joker leaves, I can see this guy coming in and not missing a beat.
We talked about. I think we talked about Battle from.
I was crazy about Battle. I don't know what it is, man, but just something with Alabama's defense. Just really, I'm just like, hey, I'm all over. Let's go.
There's another guy that's he definitely has a skill set. He's a safety out of Georgia Tech. I can't think of his name, but when he comes down, when he comes down, he's coming with all the thunder. But as far as that position is concerned, I just think we need to get a playmaker that first round. You know, hopefully we do. Whether it's, you know, I understand everybody want an offensive lineman, but like I said, you know, we can solidify, get back to the roots, get that defense right, and hopefully maybe we can touch some people within the free agency as far as getting, since we have so many young guards.
Okay.
Tyree Phillips is still young in the game. I don't know what we're gonna do with Ben Powers.
Yeah, it's like Phillips. I love the angry run that he had against Jacksonville after Lamar fumbled the ball.
Right.
Other than that, I have not been impressed with what he brings as a tackle.
No, he's a guard. He's not supposed to be playing tackle. They know he's not. He played tackle at Mississippi State, yes, but he's a guard. He's supposed to be playing interior, and that's the only time he's really like blossomed. I think.
I want that Sharp kid back out there. He was nice.
Oh, at tackle. I think they re-signed him, but I really think that he should be sitting behind.
That's a good point right there. Sorry, Mccree just went back and he was a good nickel. He could be an elite corner in the pros, so that's something.
Really,
but especially with all that experience there, it takes a lot of experience to be able to play inside as a nickel, because outside you're just like, all right, look, this guy could be running the 9, he could be running a post, slant, whatever. And but the routes are so much easier to cover on an outside receiver versus that wiggly Z or slot type receiver, because they're going in motion. You got to go traveling with them, whatever. At least that X, you know, hey, he's staying still. Yep. And I get to play him one-on-one. We good to go. It's just me versus him. That's nowhere. I mean, it takes experience, but at the same time, you don't have to you have to have that physical toughness more than the smarts. Yep. When it comes to nickel, the whole route tree is available for that nickel. Yep. And you don't know exactly which route they're going. I mean, imagine playing Julian Edelman as me. I don't have as much talent. I can probably play on the outside and be okay for a little bit, but a Julian Edelman is going to slice me up because he got the full route tree in his repertoire.
It's a surprise that nickels don't get paid higher than regular.
Yeah, I think that's going to tip the scale. I think once the agents go to the table and say, you recognize what my guy goes through, you know, and I think that's what they're going to have to say. Either you pay us equal or you pay us more.
Well, that's the thing about Marlon. I think that if we can get back when he's, and it's nothing against Tavon, it's just that when Marlon's able to jump inside and outside, he's just a different type of player, bro. And I think that we need to get back to just, instead of just him being on one side of the field, I know everybody was, hoping that would be good, but I think him being able to start on the outside and jump into the nickel, I think that's what made him blossom so much, not so much quicker, but just define him as a player, because the fact that he's built the way he is, he's capable of playing inside with the right technique.
We could just get him to retract those comments about mac and cheese and Chick-fil-A. I mean, he has really been been in his bag of craziness this offseason.
That's you saw him interviewing everybody for the what was he doing? He was interviewing Patrick Ricard, and he interviewed Matthew Judon at the Pro Bowl. So hey, he right now, obviously he's healed up. So back to the lab as he needs to be. Back to the lab, man. You can't. This past season was not the model I was looking at. I was looking for all the punch outs you could get in a row, and he didn't try it now one.
I know. I was like, dude, we need to go and hit that record again. Let's get that 8.
He didn't try it one time.
But we got to get over into these comments. Let's talk about this Super Bowl. Apparently, we missed a very important element of this week.
Yes, I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't want Cincinnati to win at all, not one bit. I'm not rooting for them, not one bit. Why would I? I don't.
Like I said, with me, it's just I'm so torn. I am extremely torn, man.
I heard your reasons, because
you heard me. It got the LSU love, but at the same time, like ultimately, I think I gotta root for the Rams. I got to, man. I really feel like people probably don't feel this way about OBJ, but I feel like OBJ, like, he's a great receiver, and I think this puts a staple on his legacy going forward, to say, hey, he was one of the top tier receivers, because he's been doing it for years. And he had that amazing catch, but at the same time, he's been like this slant master. I mean, pretty much he would take slants to the house. You give him an opportunity, and then just the sure hands of his they're pretty solid. Now I want him to get that opportunity. Plus, I want to see the league flip on his head with all of these with them trying to flip the formula of draft picks versus, experienced players. Because if they win it, then all of a sudden the rest of the league goes in one direction of trying to get all these premier players and stuff and trading, and they're giving up all these draft picks. And so, of course, Baltimore's good with developing players and letting them hit free agency, but maybe Baltimore develops a player that actually is worth some of that everybody else is trying to get, so their stock will go up. Right. And Baltimore likes they like going to the draft, so that'll be cool. Let's see. Somebody else said something about the Super Bowl. I hope Cincy scores 1 point. Go ahead on, Chris. This man said just one point. I'm just like, all right, well,
hard to do, but
I don't know how that's gonna happen. I mean, my pool numbers are set up a certain way, and I'm pretty sure that I don't know that that's possible.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then let's see. So absolutely no way I can cheer on Cincinnati to win the Super Bowl by Daryl Turner. I've been behind them for the playoffs, but I didn't think they would make it this far. Just like Burrow, but nah, Rams all day. That's the thing. I like Joey Burr and I like Jamar, because they finally took down Alabama. I was excited about it. I was hitting up my fake sister who hadn't talked to me since then. I mean, it's been a couple of years. She can at least accept me back on Facebook. She blocked me.
No.
Yeah, it's been crazy, because she a hardcore Alabama fan. I called up on the phone, gave her the business and everything. She was mad as all get out. But she, like I said, I think I did send her an Instagram message, and she hit the heart on it. So that's a sign. We okay. But yeah, it's a huge rivalry, man. And for us to finally get that W over them was a huge leap. So I was excited. But yes, I got to go for the Rams. Yeah. I like all the weapons they got. I mean, I love Cooper Kupp, because he's just doing things in the slot that it's illegal, just straight nasty. And then you got all those beast star players. You got your Von Millers, you got your Aaron Donalds. I mean, it's just so much talent. Jalen, all that. They got to pull this off.
I think it means more to them than it's going to mean for anybody in Cincinnati, to be honest with you. And this is just going by the fact that they've been there before. Most of those players that are on the Rams have been there before, and they lost. And the way they lost to New England is like it really is a heartbreak because you didn't score a touchdown that whole game. You could have scored. That was one of the best defensive showcases on both ends when they played New England for that Super Bowl. And now it's like, okay, now we playing at home in the Super. We get to host the Super Bowl, and we at home. I don't care what color jersey we wear. They don't care. They don't care. They home. They want to do it again.
Best Brian going off. So see, our Bengals losing out in LA, and the Rams are going to blank on them. Mark my words. I'm like, okay.
Listen here.
And Ali going all Samuel Jackson on me. Talking about, what you mean you torn? He's like, Eric Weddle all day, baby.
Yeah.
He comes sack me off the screen.
It's a few players that I really one game. You gave one game to probably some of the oldest players that's on there, but you giving them one game, man, they gonna play like their life is on the line.
Yeah, that's true.
This might be the best game that you ever see Matthew Stafford play ever. And if the only one I don't know how many players that have played on that team that have won before other than Vaughn in there. But you best believe Aaron Donald is going to be on fire. He is ready already.
And going back to the coaches, Deets put up a good comment here. Best way to get a head coach job, you got to do it. You got to get this W. Come out that tree. Come out that tree.
It's crazy. I mean, we just going on a coaches one for 1 second before. I know we almost done, but just to go on the coaches for 1 second. Brian Flores comes up there with the lawsuit. You hired two coaches. One's half black, half white, which is McDaniels in Miami, and you hired Lovey. But Eric Bieniemy doesn't get a job, which I'm happy for those.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for those other guys, but the truth is clear as all get out. Like what is up with these interviews with Bieniemy? Does he flip a switch and just say, "Yeah,
I don't think
it's down to the ground or something"?
I don't think it's. I just think it is what it is. Like, I don't agree with Stephen A. a lot when I listen to him, but I actually have to agree with him. He said, there are some teams that's on the committee, like the Giants, and have never hired a black coach. They've never had a black quarterback. I'm not saying that you have to have a black or person of color every time, but
I had to look there. So it was the Falcons, the Cowboys.
Yeah, you've been to the league. You've been to the division championship 4 times. You've won 2 out of those 4. You have 1 Super Bowl. You have appeared in the Super Bowl twice, and you don't get a job offer, but 2 job offers.
Don't make no sense. So the Cowboys, the Falcons, the Jags, the Rams, the Pats, the Saints, and the Titans.
And you know that offense is in the top 5 every year.
Yeah, they got to change their perspective, man. I think we gotta look at things differently. Yeah. And honestly, just throw the daggone Rooney Rule out the window. Like it's an interview, and it's like it needs to be an interview that's like, hey, you got to see what this guy brings to the table. Let's see what they bring as a leader.
Like even like the coach, the offensive coordinator for the Rams, I think he's supposed to become the Minnesota Vikings head coach.
Yeah,
after the season is over, but a part of me feels like I don't know what he's done. Like I think this is 2nd year, I believe, as the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say Andy Reid calls the plays, you think Sean McVay ain't calling the plays?
I think it's a couple of offensive coordinators that took the fast track to the job, and I think you got to look at a review. You got to do a review. Do your due diligence, because right now, like I said, as many coaches that got fired this past season, they had good interviews apparently, and just because you think somebody's interview doesn't go that well like that, give them a shot.
Yeah,
because obviously, you fired somebody, 15 months ago, you fired and hired somebody, and obviously maybe it's not them, it's you. Maybe you can't interview properly. Maybe this person is a better field general than he is in the room with you at that particular moment. And this coaches, if these coaches are giving these endorsements to these 35 to 40% players that are diverse, give them a shot. What's the worst that can happen? You fire somebody just like you did before, and you go back to the drawing table and go get what you want.
But they was about to hire a high school coach. I'm sorry. It bugs me out a little bit that we have to go through all this. We shouldn't have to go through this, especially at 2022 when all the stuff that's happened in this world. And on top of that, we have 70% of the players that play this sport.
That's true.
We have 2 minority owners, one in Buffalo, one in Jacksonville. We have now, as we speak, we have 4 coaches of color. Jets coach.
Solid, you're right.
Coach, Miami coach, and Houston.
I mean, Miami gone. I mean, wait, Miami got a mix on it now? Or mixed GM? Or mixed coach?
Head coach. McDaniels, the offensive coordinator from
from San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Yeah, I looked at his hair. I was like, it looks like, I don't know. And I was like, all right, cool.
I was just looking at this dude, and sorry to be so judgmental. I was looking at him. I was like, this dude is a nerd. He ain't never play no ball.
So that's the thing, though. Look, if I find somebody if I'm a general manager and I have somebody that's full on analytics based, I might just make them my head coach. Because right now the whole league is leaning on analytics on what they do on every single down. And if I got that person leading my team, they have the least bit of leadership experience. This might be the route to go.
No, but you still got to know how to coach the game. Like he's a coach.
But that's what you got offensive coordinators and you got defense coordinators for, because they can come in, they're educating you, you're bringing your perspective based off of those analytics, and you're still able to lead those men, but you got those brains there for a reason. Like I said, you ain't doing this all by yourself.
Well, Hobbs is good for analytics, but at the same time, he said it's got to be a gut feeling. So you can't do everything's not going to be based off of the analytics.
Yeah.
It's like saying you got a computer at the head coach instead of somebody that can really lead men. Like I don't know. They say he's a great coach, like the guy, McBride. Is it McDaniel? I don't know.
So I'd be interested. I want to see what Miami does. Like one of the teams that I always enjoyed beating the Patriots was the Dolphins, and I'm hoping that they can do something in this division to finally both them and the Jets. I want to see them come out of the bottom and do something.
They don't do good against us. I don't care what.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Let's get back to the Super Bowl talk over here. They got it. They got a whole chat going on about it here.
Go ahead.
Is it Shanti Holland? So I appreciate you coming through.
Mm-hmm.
It says Jared Goff couldn't do it. Hopefully Matt Stafford can. That's right. They went to the Super Bowl with the big old bunch of superstars last time, and they faced a stellar defense, and they kind of just got stalled. Which I was like, hey, this is a high power defense.
They couldn't run the ball like they wanted to because Gurley was his knee was bad. But then on top of that, Cook dropped the ball in the end zone. Can't blame that on Goff.
Yeah, and then Goff did throw a pick though.
Huh? One got picked, then they went back to the same play and he dropped it.
Yeah.
It was a decent pass. It was good coverage, but he didn't come down with it. So I don't know. It's kind of tough. But go ahead.
It is one. Cincinnati is 25th against the pass. That's a lot better odds than what New England was doing to them last time. So hopefully they can roast Eli Apple. That would be great. So we can all drag him all over Twitter. That'd be just wonderful. I'll be the first one. I do not like that guy.
He talks a lot of trash, bro.
He's a terrible, terrible gloating winner. Just reminds me of somebody that I live with.
That's I know y'all like Burrow. I know you like Burrow. That's my problem. Like, it's only your second year. Like, to me, he's just not humble enough, man. Is it maybe because I'm spoiled by Lamar, man?
Ingraven is here.
About San Francisco? Oh, here we go. The legend.
The world go round. Like I said, it's all good until Harbaugh start making these crazy 0-for-2 gambling itch things. I don't know if I look like he over here rolling dice on the sideline, while ain't nobody looking, shooting craps and stuff.
Leave Powder alone, man. Leave Powder alone. He up there going, Powder, I'm about to make this.
Give us some powder.
Nah, but
Bless Brian saying cap to engraving. Here we go. He says, "Ooh, y'all got some good memories. I don't remember any specific plays from that Super Bowl. Like I said, we remember because it was heartbreaking because I could not, like, my wife is a huge Pats fan, so anytime that they win, I remember because she will not let
me. You got a lot of memories.
Yeah. She's just like, she is just terrible with it, man. She will sit there and like every time there's a ring won during the off season, like she's usually brushing her teeth, holding that many ring fingers up in my face or whatever. I was like, man, and then she ran out of fingers because he just kept winning. It's just, I was just like, oh man, I can't wait till this dude retires. So he did. My wife's all salty about it, saying all types of mean, hateful stuff, but it's cool. It's fine. Yeah, we'll be all right. All right, let's see what this comment is here. It says, Attitude Pop 3. I think you're new. I appreciate you coming through. Hey, hit subscribe, smack the bell, hit the like button. I appreciate you. You know, it's going to be a good family here. We got a good family of folks here, and we're excited to have you as well. So anyway, it says draft O-line. We need O-line. Lamar was killed for the last 2 years and got hurt from it, and draft Jameson Williams or Garrett Wilson. Like, I got to do some homework.
Hold up. Let's just make something clear.
And something about Roman. Huh?
I hurt. And I'm gonna say this. I don't know if Engraven's listening. He got hurt because, and I wish one of y'all talk about these late hits my boy be taking, because my man hit him late. The ball was already gone, and then all the ref did is try to reach over and help him up.
Yeah, I thought for sure there was a tackle zone that you can't.
Oh, hit him in the ankle,
right?
The ball was already gone, and then the dude still leaped at his feet.
Yeah, Brady would have been like cussing and everything up a storm if that happened to him.
Lamar just grabbed his ankle. It was a late. I mean, we do need to fix the line, but I was so pissed off in the sports ball. Excuse me.
He said, "Kadon, dude."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And fire Roman. Apparently, we fired Roman because Attitude Pop wants us to.
You want Roman gone?
Oh, he cut and pasted the message from before. Okay, that's cool. It's fine. I see. It says, like, bro, you've been trash all your career. A true first round bust. Humble yourself. I think you're talking about. Is that Eli Apple? Yeah. Oh yeah. He's talking about.
No, I was saying Burrow is the one that was really like talking. He was talking cash. I mean, he's been doing that though. He talked.
Oh yeah. That's just who he is. I kind of learned to accept him as the trash talking dude. He was doing it at LSU.
Like one of those kids that was like, when you was a kid, he'd walk away and be talking mess.
Yeah.
Or he act like he a bully. Like, he's just one of those kids. Like, those are the little kids I used to be.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he could be lined up to be the next jerk of the NFL. I mean, who knows? If he wins, it definitely is going to happen.
He just, you know what he reminds me of? Honestly, on this run, he reminds me of how Cam Newton was that year. He's like, oh, you want to stop me from doing something? You don't want me to say something? Stop me.
Yeah.
Like, he was just doing too, like, to me, even after they beat, it was real petty though. Even after they beat Kansas City and they interviewing him, like, be humble in your interview. He's like, yeah, we just finished beating the second best team in the AFC. I was like, wow, B, right there.
Yeah, he sure did mock the Ravens, man. And the thing is, you know what? Joe set that record against every couch, like every corner from the couch that we could possibly scrounge up. And I feel like that is a message, and I'm pretty sure Lamar has that penciled in. Like, oh, he did this to my boys when I was out, and he did it to my boys when we didn't have our defense there. Yep. I'm pretty sure the defense is like, all right, look, we're gonna ride. We're gonna ride on this fool just like we did the last year when we got all them sacks with the corners. Every single corner got a sack against Joe Burrow when we played him, and Pat Queen got his licks in as well. So I think that's what's gonna happen this next time around, because at Baltimore they got them penciled in now. They know that this is the team that they need to lock in on going forward.
Yep.
So you know what that means. You know what happened to the Titans. I'm with you.
Yeah. He was already on it, Bless. He was on it. Yeah. Yeah. It's going down.
Somebody said, I'll leave you a little salty here. He said they stole the poverty franchise until it went. They a top tier team now, man. They're a top tier team in the AFC. We got to give them credit. As much as we don't like them, as much as we can't stand them Bengals, they a top tier team right now.
Them in Cleveland keep swapping. They keep swapping places. After all these picks, they keep swapping places.
You got any thoughts on Kenyan Green? Because I don't have any research on him whatsoever. It's another one I'm going to have to do homework on.
No, I from Texas A&M, but he's they got him listed as a guard. I don't think. I mean, we don't need any more guards. I think we need. He probably could play tackle. He's big enough, 6'4", 325, obviously. But I don't know. I haven't seen any tape on him as of yet. I don't know how good he is.
But I just want to see this guy we picked up named Jared Jones Smith out of Pittsburgh, 6'7", Pittsburgh to college. 6'7", 345. He's only got 1 year with us, but I think Mike Mayock actually sent a tackle to the New England Patriots because he felt confidence in this dude. They call him JJS. So, like I said, yeah, a strong endorsement from Mike Mayock in April. That was just last year. But he needs more experience. He was drafted in 2018. I'm guessing injuries or something has held this guy back from getting his opportunities, but they felt confident enough to send a draft pick that they thought was going to be their starter up to New England because of what he was able to show in camp or something.
And he was on our practice squad the whole season, right?
Yep. All right, I think he was assigned a reserve contract or whatever just recently.
Okay. We'll see.
Yep. I think he's 29 years old. Or is that Juwan? No, that's Juwan. Juwan is 29. Juwan James. So looking forward to seeing him. There's, like I said, camp's going to be one heck of a battle. We get whatever we draft versus all of these guys between Mccree, Sharp, Jared Jones Smith, and the Juwan James. It's going to be a camp battle like crazy.
I wonder. They talked about it at one time. I was listening to Ryan Mink and Eric Downing on the Raven podcast, and I forgot the gentleman that he works for the Ravens. He covers a lot of this stuff. He talks about the draft and the cap and everything. He was so high on Ben Cleveland. He said Ben Cleveland is definitely going to start. He said, but he's even high on Ben Cleveland. Like, instead of keeping Juwan James at tackle, he's kicking Ben Cleveland out to tackle because he played so much on the right side in college, and the fact that he has all the tools to play tackle. I don't know if that's something that was considered, but
he's saying he played every position on the line.
This guy talking about from Texas A&M, I believe. Yeah, I'm just saying they got him listed as a guard, so I don't know.
Oh, you talking about Kenyan Green? Okay.
Yeah, Kenyan. I can't really answer that. I haven't seen any tape on him.
Yeah, that's something I got to watch a little bit more on. We got to go a little bit deeper in. Like I said, it's a little early. We got plenty of time. Yeah, I already did the previous reviews on, I think, 10 options to help the Ravens out. So go check that out in the latest video or my previous video. I think it's called Ravens Need a Hero at Right Tackle. So that's got a couple of options that the Ravens can go with, whether it be, I don't know if it was free agency, but I believe it was the draft or what was currently on the roster. So, of course, I'll go in. I think I did talk about draft options in there, some top tier ones that we could go through. But I think we'll go in depth as we continue to go. As we get closer to draft day, we want to definitely jump into more of that. I think another position we want to definitely look at through the draft is middle linebacker, more in depth. Trying to look at some of those different positions there because that's going to be a need, being that we definitely need that Mike if Harrison's moving outside. I like Harrison on the inside, but that's kind of what the organization is going to go with. So because they feel like he's not that pass coverage guy, he can't cover those tight ends. So yeah, I think sticking him on the outside is what they're trying to go with.
And he's good. He's really good against the run. I mean, again, if they do that, hopefully they kick Ferguson down to the end. That's where he should be playing anyway.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this Sauce dude before we go, man. Well, one thing on Sauce, because I see a lot of people high on him, and I just want to know why.
Gardner, because he's long. He doesn't look like a hitter. He's long, and even when they played Alabama, he didn't get burnt not one time, and he's very fluent. I don't know how fast he is. If he runs a good 40 time, he's definitely gonna go early. Now, my only thing is that and there's nothing against him playing at Cincinnati because they played the best. They played the best when they got to the playoffs.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is that I haven't seen him against any other competition other than Alabama as far as like consistency in playing against different types of receivers. Like the receivers that he covered in Alabama, none of them were big receivers.
Mm-hmm.
None of them were like, it was not, when I mean big, I'm talking about like A.J. Brown big. Like,
oh, yeah.
Nobody that I can't see him as I don't know. I don't see him as like that physical type.
Yeah, 188 pounds. I mean, he's going to up his weight a little bit.
Right. He's going to have to if he can't hit that 2 bean, it's going to be a problem because he's going to he's going to have a problem. But
looks like he didn't allow a touchdown through 98 targets. Like, wow.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know if every time I think about a corner, I think about if they're gonna fit the scheme. and I don't know if he fits the scheme. I know Derek, your boy from LSU, he fits the scheme.
I think so as well. Like I say, to be able to know Ja'Marr Chase that well, this fits perfectly as far as punch counterpunch when it comes to GMs. Right. This will be a great counterpunch for Baltimore should he slide.
But even besides that, just the fact that the way they play, their technique, the way they play, the way the corners play over there, the way they play, we love playing man to man.
Yep.
I know we're gonna play more zone this time around. We still gonna play man to man, but I know, we're gonna play off the bone. We're gonna play a little bit more zone, which is good because you gotta adapt to whoever you're playing.
Yeah, so we got a couple comments here. He went to Green. Let's go over here to Jalen Ramsey versus Chase, though. Oh, he's talking about the matchup for Super Bowl.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be really solid there. I think this is where Jalen really gets to step up and earn his paycheck because Ja'Marr has been putting people on skates the entire postseason, and throughout the entire year.
Right.
Like I said, 1455 as far as yardage on the season. I think 13 touchdowns. He's just been doing it big. In some games, you're like, okay, he'd have like 1 or 2 games where you thought he was going to disappear, but even in a disappearing game, he was still getting above 80 yards or 90 yards or something like that. It just wasn't his normal like lights out type game. But this dude was blowing it up.
They talking like they don't care. Tyler Boyd already said he can't cover all of it. So what are you gonna do? I don't know. It just.
Well, I think Aaron Donald gonna have something to say about that.
They got some playmakers in that back end for the Rams. So
yeah, and I think with Weddle just has such an intelligent mind. I'm pretty sure he helped the defense coordinator script a game plan that may be solid against this whole deal.
So that'll be good. I'm rooting for them. I'm also rooting for. He a hometown.
Yeah.
Friend of my cousins. He went to school with my cousin. Raheem Morris, the one that's the defensive coordinator for the Rams. So that's another reason for me to root for them. Other than that.
So here's a little support to our thought there. Stingley is the truth. He covered Chase and covered Jefferson at LSU. I fully agree. I think, when I saw Jefferson come out, I wasn't even as excited as I was about Ja'Marr Chase. So it was like I saw Ja'Marr Chase before he came out, and I was like, no, he's better than Jefferson. Nobody believed me when coming out the draft because they saw Jefferson blow it up his rookie year. They're like, there's no way. And I'm like, there's way. I'm like, this dude is so much better.
Yeah.
And it shows on this. It shows like Jefferson's amazing, but Chase is wow.
Yeah.
And I got so many wonderful adjectives, right? Let's go back here. So D3 said Big Ben Cleveland is a G though.
Yeah.
Right. I want to see him in year 2. I'm hoping that he comes a little stronger in year 2.
Bro, he got one play. Leave that play alone, bro. One play.
I just want to see him come strong, man. Yeah, I want to see him eat them squirrels.
He ain't gonna let that play go. And it was against Aaron Donald. Come on.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald.
I just wanted to see him, be somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. Come on.
I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him.
Aaron Donald threw everybody out the club for that sack. He threw everybody out the club. You out the club. You out the club. He threw everybody out the club to get the title.
Yeah. Oh, so he was saying G as in guard, not as a gangster. not a G like that. he said, yeah, not a G like that. So yeah, okay, I see what he said. Initially, I was just like, oh, it's a G. I was like, no, guard. I think he's a guard. Yeah, thank you.
Bro, come on, he tossed everybody out the club. He just did.
He built different. He built it. But I was expecting Cleveland, because we see we saw the draft. We saw him next to his girlfriend.
You got to
saw this dude just like hulking over people, and I'm just like, okay, I just know he's gonna handle business. He's 6'6".
Hold on. Yeah. Everybody stop. You stop right now. Hold on. Everybody stop for me. If y'all look at the play, Cleveland didn't even see him coming. It was a cross dog. He cleared the way for the nose tackle. The nose tackle when they got the sack. But Aaron Donald put Bozeman and Cleveland to the right. He said, you over there. Both of y'all over there. And it was nothing he could do. He put him out. He took him out the club, bro. He took everybody out the club. Done. That's Aaron Donald just. That's why this is the thing. He plays so violent that I almost feel bad for Joe Burrow because if he hit him, he gonna try to put him in the dirt.
I'm gonna show you something real quick though.
What happened?
So,
here we go. Here we go.
Hit it.
Oh, you gonna hit me with the PFF?
Yeah, the PFF dog.
Chill out. Yeah.
That's a little big man Cleveland.
He did. Look, the last 3 games, he did pretty good, bro. He did that game. He just got tossed out the club that one time, man. Aaron Donald he throw everybody out the club, man. Everybody.
Yeah, I guess, but I just want to see him. Let me see him year 2. I want to see growth. I want to see great news, from Cleveland.
I think he did good. He for me, in my opinion, I think he did a good job, especially when we played Pittsburgh. Who were they running behind? When Murray had all those runs, right behind him, right behind Cleveland.
And we just gotta see it, like I said, just see him stack play on top of play, and I think give Baltimore reason not to have to go into this draft and pick something up to have to compete with them.
Yeah, I think if they're gonna compete, we need more that guard. That tackle. We have no tackles.
Yeah, we gotta get a tackle. Yeah, no doubt.
We gotta get a tackle. We gonna go, line. It's gonna be tackles if anything.
I say, you draft that tackle, and like I said, let them go into camp against all those guys that we just mentioned, and it should be pretty solid here.
So you won't let Cleveland live.
There you go. He say throw him like Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, and I think I was such a huge Cleveland fan. I was just like,
over one play. Come on, Couch.
I'm still there. I want to see something else. Turn the page. Let me see something else. You know what I mean?
Come on, Couch. Come on. You gotta give him some love, bro.
I said I'm still supporting. Just, hey, look, if I'm still supporting Giro, I have forgiveness. So, here we go. He said Jazzy Jeff. So, glad Matabike trains with Donald. I think that is going to be a guy that's going to be a star for this defensive line. Now that he's not going to have so many names sitting in front of him with Big Baby, with Calais Campbell. They don't come back. I think Matabike steps up, and steps up big because he's going to have to, no doubt. But at the same time, I think he's waiting.
He definitely did a decent job this year. I think him and if we're gonna go with a base defense, I think him and Broderick. I think Broderick either starts at nose, if anything, and let Matabike stay at the D tackle. But I think it would be him and Broderick Washington both starting. Because Broderick's the only one that can play nose. He can play defense end or defensive tackle. and he's gotten better. He has raw talent. He has violent hands.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is just violent to the like. Did you see the hit he put on Baker Mayfield in that Cleveland game?
No, I didn't see it. I gotta check that.
You didn't see the hit? It was a sack. They said, what did they say? They took the sack away from him. I forgot why. It looked like a sack fumble. No, it was a sack fumble. I'm sorry, but Cleveland recovered. They recovered the ball. Oh my God, he almost made him do a somersault. He hit him so hard. I was like, he's violent though. He's violent. He has violent hands. He can come off the edge at the DN, or you can put him in the middle. But he plays the run well. He has his technique has got better, and that's just because he got thrown in the fire. Remember that the time when Calais and 2 years ago when Calais and Brandon Williams weren't playing, and Derek Wolfe was in there by himself. They had to play. So I think we signed Juicy too.
Mm-hmm. So here's the last comment of the night. We'll do this and then we'll wrap this thing up. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody said, "Dang, I'm late." Glad I made it to the live content.
Yeah.
Let me go back to Delicious is here, y'all. So what's happening, man? Glad you came through. We got Rob back over here to Ali. Says, feel like B. Will underappreciated. Look at our stats when he starts and when he's not playing. We should release him and bring him back on a team-friendly deal. I think he's a fan. He's more of a fan favorite than he is like the stat maker. I think he started to show up towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
But go look at the Colts game. I think him and Calais Campbell were getting tossed around. And it was kind of, Calais had that big play to block the kick. For the first and second quarter of that Colts game, it started to look like that age was showing on both of them. And I think just it's time. It's time to move forward. And I know that I like B. Will because he's over here dancing and having fun. And him and Calais Campbell 2 years ago looked like a dream, or a year ago looked like a dream together. But right now, I think it's just Matty BK's time to shine.
Yeah, I think even without, he will he's still young enough that he can get a good payday, So absolutely. That's why he kind of knows, the writing's on the wall. He's like, they want to bring me back, I'll be back, but I think he's looking for a good payday. And again, that's another player that may go from here to the Giants because of
who, Matt BK?
Because no, I'm talking about Brandon.
Oh yeah, Big Baby. Yeah, he would go over there, no problem. Was it because, like I said, it's just Wink. Wink knows how to lead. He knows how to lead these players and encourage them in a manner to where they will follow him.
Yeah.
Forever. So it's feel like this is Agamemnon versus Achilles right now. So
yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised, like if that's what happens, that he winds up over there. Did they hire Wink as a defensive coordinator?
I know it was in the negotiations. I think they were trying to get him over for an interview or something, but I don't know if it's happened just yet.
Right.
But yeah, so D3 is coming for your boy Ferg. And
no. Ferg needs to be he's the defensive end. He's not an outside. He has been playing out of position the whole time, D3. Out of position. He's not an outside linebacker. I don't know why we decided to make him an outside linebacker. He came in listed 6'5", 285. That's not an outside linebacker. That's a D-end. They try to force him to be outside linebacker. He is a D-end. He should have his hand in the dirt and going forward. He shouldn't have to think about nothing but going forward.
Some shade.
There we go. All right, we're done for tonight. I'm out.
Oh my goodness! All right, so check it out. So we initially brought y'all in here to talk about what we were going to do during the offseason and draft stuff, and so we had a really good discussion tonight. I appreciate everybody coming through. Like I said, we are over 1,000. We still on the road to 2,000. So share this with your mamas, whatever. Just make sure you're sharing this out there because we appreciate doing this. And for those of you who came through when we did the last show, or excuse me, when I did my last show. There's an Easter egg in the last show. If you go look at the last show and do what it says, Kam Ru and I will be back on Wednesday to talk about it. I ain't going to say what we're doing. I ain't going to want to spoil it, but make sure you go back and watch the last show and do what it says, and we'll see you on Wednesday to talk about it and do what we do. But this is the home of original sports perspective, from our couch to yours. This is the Couch Rider Report. I'm your Couch Rider Raven. This is my man Kam Ru. Yeah, I'm like, he's over here. He's over here. I can compare things are backwards. Like, hey, yeah, this is my left hand right here. Anyway, but we're bringing that original sports perspective. We love doing this. Make sure y'all go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe. Like I said, 16 people in the room. Let me get at least 16 likes on the video. I appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all have a wonderful evening, Kam. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for being a part of this dream, man.
Love coming and rock with you.
Yeah. Oh, also, give a shout out to you. You got an album coming out.
Yeah, album coming out. That's February 22nd, 22222. Deuces all day. So
that's awesome. And then the movie also. So we're excited about both, and we'll continue to talk about it as we go.
We're gonna be working on some more things. This man Couch Rider might be on something else. But that's for another day. We're not gonna talk about that right now.
Let's go. I'll be on the scene. Let's go. Let's get it.
We'll talk more about the album as it comes closer, man. But download if you want. I'll put the link in there. Or Couch Rider can put the link in there if you want to download my single "Freak Out."
Yeah, we'll put it in the description for sure.
Yeah, we rolling, man. We rolling. As much as I love being here, man, I just love helping you out, bro. You my boy. Yeah. So, man, keep stopping. Everybody keep stopping by, man. We said we were gonna do 30 minutes tonight. That was
that didn't go well, did it?
I was on two.
It reminds me about when I was a teacher. I just never always blew my time frames. Oh well, thanks for coming through, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night.
One.
Peace out.
All right, bro. I told